I will honors to the apostles and elders of James that will and teach well, peace and salutations to the brothers and the four corners of the city, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. And brother Manat saying Shalom. Alright, this is going to be a real short video. How short I don't exactly know, but I will watch the video of Elder Apostle Ariam Lab give his account of what went on in the council with the other heads and so on and so forth. And he was still just a human man and stuff concerning the whole Cornelius breakdown, right? Yes, and he explained, how Elder Apostle Gaba even was the one to really, they thought, they would have clung him and asked him to break it down, not knowing when he break it down, deeper than they could have ever imagined, And the scripture talk about offenses must come, but warn to them by whom the offenses come, right? We know that. We know the offenses will come. Like I said, this is just a really quick video. You understand? In Matthew 5 and 10. What the hell did I do? Matthew 5 and 10. It says, Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, for theirs is the apostles who are persecuted among the brethren for righteousness' sake, for doing the right thing, because what the Spirit was dealing with them. And years later, I come to find out what they were saying was true, right? Now it is taught that, but I taught in many different camps, that Cornelius was an Israelite, It said, Blessed are ye when men shall revile you. You understand? Which means basically, what to put it by? The definition of revile is to criticize in an abusive manner, yeah? Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. For my name's sake, yeah, because what they falsely threw out the elders on them. You understand? Because what Apostle Ariamla was saying is that they already come to the council with the judgment. They didn't on their side, they didn't really want to hear them. Them come to execute the judgment, and that was that. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Yeah, that is what they do. The prophets that were before us, before this generation. Alright? So us, what we ought to be glad. And the elders and apostles leading by what? Leading by example. Pursuant to Romans, the book of Romans, yeah? The Romans 12, Romans 12 and 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service, and be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove, you'll be evidence what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, right? So you'll be an example, you'll be the proof, because you go prove it. What does prove something? Evidence. You understand? The scripture talk about bring forth your strong cause that we may consider it. Bring forth your evidence. Right? So therefore, live your life as well, as living proof, as living evidence, as a living example. In other words, that is what the elders do. You understand? As living examples, and that's what they did. They stood stiffly for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's what they did. They led by example. Right? We got a second precept, and second precept, but my final precept. 1 Peter 3. And this is how we need to be, especially in this time where, this shit is going haywire way. Everything is going upside down, topsy-turvy. Right? It's a, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers, but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. Right? Yeah. We know that. Verse 13 is saying, and who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good? Yeah, who could harm you? Anything that had happened by the authority of Yahweh. So how could you even be afraid? If you serving him, whatever be done is his will. So you know what I mean? And we have to accept that. It's supposed to be a peaceful by now. Yeah. Verse 14 it says, but and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Yeah, don't be afraid. Stand stiffly. Like in the book of Second Ezra, where you say, these are them that stand stiffly for my name in the world. You understand? Roughly paraphrasing. Neither be troubled by. It say, but sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Yeah, and the elders always have to give an answer. You understand? That is the doctrine we learn. At least I myself, that is the doctrine I learn. Always be ready to give a man an answer. You understand? Study to show thyself approved. Like even up to this day, a lot of others still talk about men slacking and singing, and you need to know these, you need to know these breakdowns and so on and so forth. And even to this day, right? Verse 16 it say, having good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Mashiach. You understand? Conversation, when you look at your conversation, go back into your conduct, your the mannerisms, the way you live. That is why I brought out the Romans 12, because that is the examples we have. You understand? These are men we take example of, the elders. Right? Verse 17 it say, for it is better if the will of Yahweh be so that ye suffer for well-doing than for evil doing. Yeah, but I suffer for well-doing, because it will lead to your exaltation in the end, than for evil doing, which will lead to your shame and your you understand? So yeah, that is what I wanted to bring out in the video. That's my, my little 2 cents on the whole account that Larry Amla give, and and just to, and just to show that the elders are our examples of what we need to be like, yeah, every day. The ultimate example is Yahushua, of course. Don't get me wrong, you understand? Because we still in the flesh, men sin every day. Nevertheless, you know what I mean? They are the ones we know fight the fight for umpteen years, and these are the ones that we learn from. So it's obvious they are going to be our living examples right now, So yeah, so with that, I'm going to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Bukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth that push this food in truth and in sincerity. I am Brother Manatizak saying Shalom.